I like to dedicate this to all of the Creator's righteous children. I have some food in my bag for you. Not that edible food, that food you eat. No, I have some food for thought. Since knowledge is infinite, it has infinitely fell on me.
Peace, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a conversation about award shows. I hate award shows. I personally think they are stupid. And you want to know why? Because award shows are the type of thing where they act like these people are the best of the best, and they don't acknowledge artists making really big differences in music, like the Grammys or the VMAs or the BET Awards, movies like the Oscars or the Academy Awards or the Golden Globes or all those other things, or even TV. And for me, that has always rubbed me the wrong way because, okay, let's just take the Grammys. The Grammys were last night, and I didn't watch them, of course. A, I don't have cable, and B, I don't watch award shows, okay? When I was growing up, I used to watch the Golden Globes, and sometimes the Grammys, and sometimes all these other award shows, sometimes with my parents. But as I grew up, I just stopped caring. And I didn't really care back then, but I just really stopped caring because award shows are dumb, everybody. Award shows are really dumb. And the artists that actually are out here making a difference, doing really incredible things with their art, aren't getting the recognition they deserve. Also, they're giving, awards to people that aren't even really that great. And I feel like that has always been a problem. And I know that different, fans of different groups of artists or bands or whatever, have their different opinions about how, the Grammys or the VMAs or whatever stacks up. But personally, I don't like award shows. I think they're stupid, and none of my favorites ever really win. And so then I just give up, and I'm just like, whatever. There's no point in even caring, so why do I? But today we're going to talk about the 2018 Grammys, and even though I didn't watch them, I did watch a few of the live performances as well as some of the speeches, and I just heard around the grapevine about what went down. So we're going to talk about it, and yeah. So first, I want to talk about Janelle Monáe's speech. So Janelle Monáe did this incredible speech about basically how it's time's up on various levels of harassment, discrimination, job discrimination, these horrible wage gaps, all of these different things that go on daily in not just celebrities' lives, but regular old folks' lives like myself. And, it's hard for, Black women, women of color, and women in general to really, have a fighting chance in the systems that are put in place right now in the world, especially in this country. And so she did this amazing, amazing, amazing speech all about it. And I am a huge Janelle Monáe fan. I really honestly love her. I've loved her since she first came out. I really do think that her whole message, her whole branding, her whole everything has just been really incredible. And I've loved all of her movies she's been making. She's just really amazing. And I really do appreciate her uniqueness and just what she brings to the world, really. Her activism, movies, music, all of it. And it was really timely that she was the one to do this speech when she was introducing Kesha. And Kesha, who I previously wasn't really a big fan of, but once her whole lawsuit and everything was going on, I started liking her a lot more because I could see the real raw human side of her. And I couldn't really see that before because they made her out to be this pop, robot, fluffy pop bubblegum girl, and I wasn't really down for that. And so when she started going through all of this stuff, it basically made me want to like her a lot more. And so then when her album Rainbow came out last year, which I did a review of, you can check it out right there, I really, really loved Rainbow. It was such a good album. And of course, Praying, which is a standout track on that album, was amazing. And I've watched her do performances, live performances of it before, and they've all been super incredible. And so I watched her performance from last night's show, and the way that she performed it was just so elegant and beautiful, and it's really, really heartbreaking to see that every single time she's ever done this song, she still breaks down to this day, because he put so much fear and so much hurt into this woman that she still feels it every time she sings this song. And I just think that that's the saddest thing, and honestly so messed up. Just like so messed up. And it was definitely the perfect song to play last night, because as everybody knows, all the celebrities that were there wore white roses on their tuxes, on their dresses, whatever. They wore white, and so that was a thing of solidarity. And yeah, but Kesha's performance was just incredible, amazing, the best. And the people that she had around her, which I really love, she had Cyndi Lauper, who I'm a big fan of. I love her. She had Camila Cabello, one of those new singers that I'm not really familiar with. She had who else did she have in there? She had Andra Day, who I really loved her song when she came out, and a bunch of other people. And the way that they just rallied around her, and just when she finished the song, she just broke down, and they just started hugging each other and hugging her, and it was just so beautiful. I literally watched it and started crying. Like literally, I was tearing up, like literal tears. It was so moving. Like I was just like, Kesha, congratulations, my girl. And I just feel so much happiness and joy when I listen to her music, and I'm just glad that she is on the other side, able to be this amazing person that she is. So kudos to you, Kesha. The next person I want to talk about is Lady Gaga. Now, Lady Gaga's album I hadn't listened to when it first came out, but once I started listening to it, I really liked it. But A Million Reasons and Joanne were probably not my favorites off there, but I completely understand the sentiment and what Lady Gaga was trying to get out in the world with those songs. But after I watched her Super Bowl performance of A Million Reasons last year, I kind of was like over the song, you know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, because I know it's like a beautiful song, and it's like this anthemic song, and it's cool. And I really did like, you know, Gaga's vocals were pretty good, and you know, what she was wearing was cute, but like the song is kind of like, I'm just over it, you know what I mean? Like I like a lot of her more upbeat songs on that album, and I really like the song that she did with Florence Welch from Florence and the Machine. That was like a women anthem, and so it would have been really cool to see her perform that live, but I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, but good job, Lady Gaga, good job. So next we have to talk about Mr. Kung Fu Kenny. So Kendrick Lamar, he opened up the show, and he did an incredible job. I mean, he left it all on that stage. He was lit. So every single performance that Kendrick Lamar has done since basically putting out To Pimp a Butterfly has been very politically charged, very socially conscious, and a lot of his music has been as well. So when he had Dave Chappelle introducing him, I was like, yep, this is going to be dope. This is going to be on point. And it was. The way that he was giving it to us, he was telling them. He was like, y'all are not here for me, and I'm trying to tell you that y'all are not here for me. We live in a society where you don't like my kind, and I'm going to give it to you. But honestly, his performance was so dope, especially when he did when he was with the red guys all around him, and then he started going off. He was just saying all this stuff, and then he had like his fake gun in his hand, and he was like shooting, and then they would all fall on the floor. Oh my god, that was so beautiful. And then the song that he did with U2, and just the whole thing, and then having Dave Chappelle there, like I said, was like incredible. And speaking of Dave Chappelle, he actually was one of the speakers of the rap category, and during his speech, he basically gave a huge shout out to A Tribe Called Quest.
Thank you. It is an honor for me to present the Best Rap Album Award this year because the genre of music means so much to me. And I have so much love and respect for all the nominees tonight. And I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge, of course, Jerobi, Ali Shaheed Muhammad, Q-Tip, sometimes Buster, sometimes Consequence, and forever and ever, Phife Dog, may rest in peace. Hip-hop, make some noise for A Tribe Called Quest. Can we kick it?
And I was so here for it. I was so here for it because if you know, A Tribe Called Quest got super snubbed at the Grammys this year, which pissed me off because last year when Thank You For Your Service first came out, I was so here for it. Well, it came out in late 2016, but I was so here for it. And so when they performed at the Grammys last year, I was like, okay, so they're definitely going to win an album of the year, or at least a rap album. You know, they're going to win, or they're going to be nominated or whatever. No such luck. And it really bothered me. Like, Q-Tip went off in a Instagram video, and I was like here for it because I was like, yes, you guys have been in the game for over 20 years. Over 20 years, almost 30 years at this point. And you're not getting the recognition that you deserve. And also, I mean, I know that Phife Dawg in one of his songs said, I don't need a trophy to tell me how nice I am, which is so real, so right. Like, who cares about the Grammys? The Grammys don't matter. Like, Tribe Called Quest is A Tribe Called Quest. Like, I love A Tribe Called Quest. They're one of my favorite hip-hop groups. But that still doesn't mean that I didn't think they should have at least been nominated, you know what I mean? So, that's something. But, I mean, like I said, none of my favorites ever get nominated or even win anything, so I don't really care. Next, you had Portugal the Man. Portugal the Man won for Feel It Still, and I love that song so much. And I've been a casual fan of Portugal the Man for a few years now. So I've always really liked their music and their style and everything. And their style over the years has changed a lot. But I really liked Feel It Still, and so I'm super, super glad that they won that for, I think it was Best Pop Duo or something like that. But it was so dope. It was so good. I was so glad they won. Best New Artist went to Alessia Cara, and personally, I love Alessia Cara. I know a lot of people were a little upset that, you know, somebody like SZA or somebody else didn't win, and I know it seems like, you know, now they're trying to give her the award, Alessia Cara, even though she's been in the game since like 2016. But, I mean, what do you want? What do you really want? I mean, I like Alessia Cara a lot. I feel like her whole message and whole like theme of her like music and everything is really like beautiful, and she's like an indigo child, and I just really like her a lot. So I mean, you know, she's putting out music out here for us introverts, and I really appreciate it. So I mean, what do you want? I mean, I think SZA's great. I do. I haven't really listened to a lot of Khalid's music, but I hope to soon. And you know, I do feel bad they didn't win, obviously, but I mean, Alessia Cara won, and she's really good. So kudos to you, girl. Next, I want to talk about something, and this is going to kind of be a rant a little bit, but I have to get my thoughts out on this. So, rock music was very MIA from the award show this year. Now, they were on the pre-Grammy award part, right? And so that's the one that's not televised. And so I've watched a few like reactions to the Grammys, and I've heard a lot of people talking about how rock is not being seen as valued as hip hop is right now. And I just want to throw something out there. As a big rock fan, because I do actually like a lot of rock. When I was first discovering music on my own, rock was the music that I went to like discover more music, and I just love rock music. It's really, really great, right? So that being said, I do feel bad that rock music was not part of the actual, you know, televised award show. But at the same time, you have to think about this. When I was growing up, hip-hop was just in its baby stages, right? It was maybe a toddler when I was growing up. And for a lot of people, the way that you feel about rock music not being televised was the same way that a lot of hip-hop fans felt about hip-hop not being televised. And if you remember back in the late 80s when DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince won the very first rap category, or best song, rap song, they won. But they didn't even come, they boycotted the Grammys. And you want to know why? Because they did not televise their category. And it makes sense, you know what I mean? And so take that boycott and bring it to the forefront, and it's 2018 and hip-hop is dominating everything, and I'm so happy about that. Do I think that all of the hip-hop that's dominating is all that great and wonderful? No, I think a lot of it's trash, but am I happy that hip-hop has now become the #1 genre in the world? Of course I am. I love hip-hop. I'm a big hip-hop fan. And so I'm very, very proud of hip-hop and where it's come over the past 35 years. You know what I mean? It's come a long-ass way, and I'm so proud. So really proud. But, you know, that doesn't mean that rock should be snubbed. And you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a lot of great rock acts out there right now that are doing a lot of incredible things and should totally still be televised. But sadly, I mean, they can't televise everything, and you know, I'm really happy about hip-hop right now, so you know, that's that. Okay, also you had Childish Gambino. Now Childish Gambino won, I think he won for best R&B song for Redbone from Awaken My Love, which I love that song, by the way. It's like one of my favorite songs, and I'm really happy about that. But he didn't win anything else for Awaken My Love, and he didn't win Album of the Year for Awaken My Love. He didn't win anything else for Awaken My Love, and I feel like that was really snubbed. Like, he was really snubbed, even though that was like an incredible album. And even though I really do love Bruno Mars, like I honestly have loved Bruno Mars since he first came out, and I'm like a really big Bruno Mars fan. I think he's really cute with his fro, and he's just really cute with his whole style. He can dance, he can sing, like it's cute. To be honest, his last album, 24 Karat Magic, really wasn't my favorite album of his. And I like a lot of the songs on there. They're bops, you know, Finesse is great, like the remix with Cardi B is cool and everything. But to be honest, it wasn't really Album of the Year material, I feel like. And even though I'm glad that he won over Jay-Z, because I don't like Jay-Z, I still think that Awaken My Love should have won. And, or Damn, even though I didn't really listen to Damn either, I do think that both albums were better than 24 Karat Magic, even though I like Bruno Mars. And so I'm proud of Bruno Mars. I'm glad that he won all the awards that he did, but I still think that Awaken My Love was way better than 24 Karat Magic. So, you know, just saying. And all those people that are getting mad that Lorde didn't win anything for Melodrama, I mean, did you expect her to? Because I really didn't. So yeah, so you also had Logic, Alessia Cara, and Khalid do the 1-800 song that they did for the suicide hotline song. And of course it was amazing. It was amazing when they did it at the VMAs or whatever that award show was the last time they did it. It was amazing then, it was amazing now. I do like Logic. You know, I haven't really listened to a lot of his music, but hopefully I will soon. And I really do think he's a cool guy. I've been following him on Instagram and Twitter as of recently, and he's really cute and really like fun and awesome. And I think that's dope. And I do think his music gives a really important message. So kudos to him. You know, I already said I love Alessia Cara. I need to get into Khalid, but I really do like the song, the whole vibe of it, and I really do think that that's important. A very, very important message, especially now with everything going on with a lot of different people, not just like regular folks, but celebrities as well, you know, committing suicide. And I feel like that's an important message to put out there into the world. So kudos to you, Logic, Alessia Cara, and Khalid. I also watched Sting give a performance with my boy Shaggy. Shaggy. Okay, I love Shaggy. I've loved Shaggy since I was a little kid, and I've always shown mad love to him. So it was really cool to see Sting, who is very influenced by reggae and like Jamaican culture, bring out Shaggy onto his song Englishman in New York, and I think that was really dope. And yeah, they also had another throwback guy come, Mr. Sir Elton John himself and do one of my favorite songs that he's ever wrote, Tiny Dancer, and he did it with Miley Cyrus. And I think it was actually pretty cute. It was good. It was great. I really like it. And as we know, Sir Elton John is now retiring after being in the music business for over 40 years, which kudos to you, my man. You deserve it. You deserve it, Elton John. I really love you. Like, you gave me the freaking the Lion King soundtrack, and so you're basically the best in my book, because that's my movie and you gave that soundtrack and you did your thing, and I'm just like here for it. So yeah, I really love Tiny Dancer. It's one of my favorite Elton John songs. I'm really glad he did it. You know, Miley Cyrus sounded good, and it was cool. You know, it was cool. I don't really know what else there was. I just watched some clips online and stuff, but yeah, again, I'm not even a big award show fan. I really hate award shows of all kinds. When it goes back to the rock stuff, I tried previously to watch the AP Awards, the Alternative Press Awards, that gives awards to rock and metal and hard rock bands and stuff like that, and artists and stuff. And I tried to watch it in the past, but then it just became a crap show, and I just was like done with it. So I was like, whatever. All award shows are dumb, and I guess the message I really want to bring home with this whole like video is award shows suck. They do not have any validity in what good music sounds like, because if they did, then a lot more albums that I actually personally like would be nominated for Grammys each year, but you know, they never are. And, you know, if you like a certain type of music, if you like a certain genre, if you like a certain type of band, if you like a certain type of artist, but they never get Grammy nominated, it doesn't mean that band or artist or whatever or genre is not good. It just means that the Grammys like to snub people, and they just don't know what good music is really, because they only look at what's popular. And if what you're listening to at the moment is not considered popular at the moment, then that doesn't mean it's not good music. It just means they aren't ready to acknowledge the good music out there and the more small indie, you know, artists and bands. So hopefully more indie artists and bands will become big and be able to be at these things. But again, like I said, these award shows don't matter. They don't matter to the validity of what's good out there in the media, in music, in TV, in movies. These just don't matter. And I just wish that people didn't put so much faith in these award shows to tell them what's good. Because just because your favorite artist has a Grammy, that's great. But if your favorite artist has no Grammy, that doesn't mean that they're not great. And so I just want you guys to remember that. And so, yeah. Like every year, next year will probably catch the highlights of what's great at the Grammys or whatever award show there is at that moment. But to be honest, I'm not gonna actually like make an appointment to like, oh, I'm gonna go to such and such's house and watch the award shows because they're coming up. Like, I don't care. I just really don't care, and I just haven't cared for a while. So yeah, thumbs up this video if you don't care about award shows too. And until next time, my beautiful indigos and starseeds, peace and blessings.